Good evening, everyone. We live in a world where technology evolves faster than we can keep up, where automation replaces tasks, and where artificial intelligence promises to reshape entire industries. But in our rush to innovate, to optimize, and to scale, we must never forget one simple truth. Business is always human. Behind every brand, behind every transaction, behind every decision, there's a person, a human being with emotions, needs, and a desire to belong. When we forget this, when we reduce business to numbers on a spreadsheet, we lose what makes it truly thrive. A business is not just a company, it's a community. It's a place where people come together to solve problems, to create something meaningful, and to serve others. The most successful organizations are not the ones obsessed with profits alone, but those that prioritize people, their employees, their customers. Because when you take care of people, they take care of business. Trust is built in human interactions, not in contracts. Loyalty is earned through relationships, not through discounts. And the future of business will not be determined by the latest technology. It will be shaped by the timeless principles of empathy, integrity, and connection. So as leaders, as entrepreneurs, as professionals, we must ask ourselves, are we building businesses that serve people, or are we treating people as tools for business? The answer to that question will determine not just our success, but our impact on the world. Business is fundamentally human. At its core, business has never been about products, services, or even profits. It has always been about people. Every transaction, every deal, and every innovation exists because of human needs, desires, and aspirations. A customer doesn't just buy a product, they seek a solution to a problem, an experience, or even a sense of belonging. Likewise, employees don't work for a paycheck alone. They seek purpose, recognition, and the feeling that their contributions matter. When we strip away the spreadsheets, the reports, and the corporate jargon, what remains is human interaction. One person serving another, one team working together, one leader inspiring a vision. Yet in the pursuit of efficiency and scale, many businesses lose sight of this reality. Automation, artificial intelligence, and digital transformation have revolutionized industries, but they have not replaced the need for human connection. A chatbot may answer inquiries, but it cannot build trust the way a genuine conversation does. An algorithm may analyze data, but it cannot replace the emotional intelligence required to lead a team or understand a customer's frustration. The most successful companies recognize that technology is a tool, not a substitute for human engagement. They invest in people, foster genuine relationships, and ensure that every innovation enhances rather than replaces the human experience. The organizations that thrive long-term are the ones that acknowledge the emotional and psychological aspects of business. People want to feel valued, heard, and understood, whether they are customers, employees, or partners. When a company treats individuals as mere numbers or resources, morale declines, loyalty fades, and ultimately the business suffers. But when leaders create an environment where human relationships are prioritized, where people feel seen and respected, the results speak for themselves. Stronger teams, more devoted customers, and a company culture that fuels lasting success. Companies are communities, not just entities. A business is more than a legal entity or a collection of assets. It is a living, breathing community of people working toward a shared purpose. Every company, regardless of its size or industry, is built on relationships between employees, leaders, customers, and partners. Just like any community, businesses thrive when individuals feel connected, supported, and valued. When employees believe they are part of something bigger than themselves, they show up with energy, creativity, and commitment. Customers, too, are drawn to companies that make them feel like they belong, not just like another transaction. This sense of connection transforms businesses from being faceless corporations into meaningful communities that people want to engage with. However, many organizations lose sight of this fundamental truth, prioritizing profits over people and short-term gains over long-term relationships. A workplace that focuses solely on performance metrics, cost-cutting, and productivity without considering the human experience quickly becomes cold and transactional. Employees who feel like mere cogs in a machine rather than valued members of a team disengage and their passion diminishes. Customers too can sense when a company is more interested in their wallets than in their loyalty. The businesses that stand the test of time are the ones that treat people as individuals, not numbers, and create environments where collaboration, trust, and shared purpose drive everything they do. The most inspiring and enduring companies recognize that their greatest asset is their people. They create cultures where employees feel heard and empowered, where leadership is built on trust rather than fear, and where customers feel an emotional connection to the brand. They celebrate human potential, encourage personal growth, and foster a sense of belonging. These businesses don't just build products or provide services. They create movements, inspire communities, and leave a lasting impact that goes far beyond the bottom line. Trust and loyalty are built through relationships. Trust and loyalty are not the result of a signed contract or a well-crafted marketing strategy. They are earned through consistent, genuine human interactions. People don't stay loyal to a company because of its pricing or policies. They stay because of how they feel when they engage with it. Whether it's an employee deciding to dedicate years of their career to a company or a customer choosing to return time and again, the foundation is always the same: trust. And trust is built over time, through actions, not words. A leader who listens, a company that delivers on its promises, and a brand that treats people with respect, these are the things that foster true loyalty. Yet, many businesses make the mistake of reducing trust to a transaction, believing that a good product or an attractive discount is enough to secure long-term commitment. They focus on quick wins, closing the sale, signing the contract, or onboarding an employee, without nurturing the relationship that follows. But real trust is built in the small moments: the way a company handles mistakes, the way a manager supports their team, and the way a brand communicates with authenticity rather than empty corporate language. When businesses treat people as mere numbers, employees feel replaceable, and customers feel disposable. Trust is fragile, and once broken, it is incredibly difficult to rebuild. The companies that stand the test of time understand that trust and loyalty require continuous investment. They go beyond transactional relationships and build genuine emotional connections. They show up for their employees not just with salaries, but with support, mentorship, and opportunities for growth. They engage with customers not just when they want a sale, but when they want to add value, educate, or inspire. This is how trust is built. Not overnight, not through tactics, but through real, consistent human connection that proves time and again that people matter more than profits. Technology doesn't define success. Human values do. In a world obsessed with technological advancements, it's easy to believe that the companies with the most cutting-edge innovations, the most sophisticated algorithms, or the most automated processes will always come out on top. But history tells a different story. The most successful businesses are not simply the ones with the best technology. They are the ones that use technology to serve human needs. A company can have the most advanced AI, the most efficient supply chain, or the most powerful marketing tools, but if it lacks empathy, integrity, and a sense of purpose, it will ultimately fail to create meaningful connections. Technology may enhance efficiency, but it is human values that create trust, inspire loyalty, and build legacies. Far too often, businesses fall into the trap of prioritizing speed and scale over substance. They automate customer service to cut costs, but in the process, strip away the warmth of a real human conversation. They use data analytics to predict consumer behavior, but forget that real people are driven by emotions, not just numbers. They invest in artificial intelligence to replace jobs, without considering the impact on the people who built their companies in the first place. When organizations become too fixated on technology as an end in itself, they risk losing the very thing that makes business meaningful: human connection. The companies that endure are the ones that see technology not as a replacement for human interaction, but as a tool to enhance it. The true measure of success in business is not in how advanced a company's technology is, but in how well it aligns with human values. Businesses that lead with empathy, that prioritize ethical decision-making, and that understand the deeper emotional needs of their employees and customers will always have a competitive edge. Technology will continue to evolve, industries will continue to change, but the fundamental truth remains: business is human, and no amount of automation, innovation, or digital transformation can ever replace the power of human connection. The key question: are we building businesses that serve people, or are we using people to serve business? Every business must ask itself a fundamental question. Are we here to serve people, or are we treating people as tools to serve the business? This distinction defines the very essence of an organization's culture, purpose, and long-term success. When a business exists to serve people, it places employees, customers, and communities at the heart of its decisions. It builds workplaces where employees feel valued, where leadership is about empowerment rather than control, and where customers feel like partners, not just buyers. These companies understand that business is not about extracting as much value as possible from people. It is about creating value for them, and in doing so, they cultivate trust, loyalty, and a sense of shared purpose that fuels sustainable growth. On the other hand, when businesses focus solely on using people to serve their own interests, the cracks begin to show. Employees become overworked and disengaged, treated as replaceable resources rather than human beings with aspirations and emotions. Customers feel manipulated rather than respected, seen as revenue streams instead of individuals with real needs. Leadership becomes driven by short-term profits rather than long-term impact. In these organizations, decisions are made purely based on financial gain, often at the cost of integrity, ethics, and human well-being. And while this approach may yield short-lived success, it is never sustainable. Over time, employees leave, customers lose trust, and the foundation of the business crumbles. The most successful and admired companies are the ones that recognize that their greatest asset is people, not just as a means to an end, but as the very reason the business exists. They create environments where employees are inspired, where customers feel valued, and where business decisions reflect a deeper commitment to making a positive impact. These organizations measure success not just by revenue, but by the lives they improve, the communities they uplift, and the trust they earn along the way. Because at the end of the day, the businesses that endure are those that choose to serve people, not use them. At the heart of every great business, behind every product, every service, and every transaction, there are people. People who create, people who contribute, people who believe. When we prioritize human relationships, when we lead with trust, and when we commit to serving others rather than simply using them, we build businesses that don't just succeed, but endure. The choice is ours. We can continue chasing numbers, treating people as mere assets, and focusing only on short-term gain. Or we can build something far greater, an organization that inspires, that connects, and that makes a difference in the lives of those it touches. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much technology advances, no matter how much industries evolve, one truth will always remain: business is, and always will be, human. Thank you.